the city awoke to another day shrouded in fear, Detective Miller stood at the edge of the botanical garden, his gaze fixed on the ghastly tableau before him. The latest victim, like those before her, was positioned with an unsettling grace amidst the fluttering wings of living butterflies, her lifeless eyes reflecting a staged serenity that belied the horror of her end. This was no random act of violence. It was a message, a sinister signature left with meticulous care. The air was thick with the heavy scent of exotic flowers and the iron tang of blood, a contrast that now seemed grotesquely fitting. As Miller's eyes swept the scene, every detail etched deeper into his mind, Detective Jones approached, his face etched with urgency. "We got something," he said, holding up a phone. "Security footage from last night. You need to see this." The grainy video played on the small screen, showing a figure moving through the garden with a calculated stealth, pausing to look directly at the camera before disappearing into the shadows. The brief glimpse of the face was enough. It was the benefactor, the reclusive millionaire with an obsession for rare artworks and butterflies. "This ends today," Miller declared, his voice a mix of resolve and exhaustion. With a new lead burning bright, the detectives hurried back to their vehicle, the cityscape blurring past as they drove towards the mansion of their prime suspect. Arriving at the opulent estate, the weight of the moment settled over them like a shroud. The mansion loomed large, its architecture grandiose yet foreboding, as if it were itself a creature watching them approach. With backup in tow, Miller led the charge to the front door, his every step heavy with the anticipation of the confrontation to come. The door swung open before they could announce themselves, revealing the benefactor, his expression one of calm resignation. "I've been expecting you," he said, stepping aside to let them enter. The interior of the mansion was like stepping into another world, a sanctuary of art and beauty, each piece a testament to a life dedicated to aesthetics and perhaps madness. As they moved through the corridors lined with priceless art, the benefactor began to speak, his voice low and steady. "Art is eternal, detective. It transcends life and death. My collection," he paused, gesturing to the array of paintings and sculptures, "is incomplete without capturing the true essence of beauty." "But these were people, not objects to be displayed," Miller interjected, his anger rising. "You turned their deaths into your sick exhibitions." The benefactor stopped and turned, facing Miller with a chilling smile. "Isn't all art a form of preservation? I merely preserve beauty eternally, in the moment of its greatest despair." Miller's fury built as he faced the man who had orchestrated such cruelty. "You're a murderer, hiding behind the guise of an artist." As tension crackled, the benefactor's facade finally cracked. "You see murder, I see immortality," he shouted, his composure slipping. "These souls are forever etched in the annals of art, transcending their mundane existence." The confrontation escalated as they circled each other, the air charged with the intensity of their clashing ideals. The benefactor lunged suddenly, a desperate attempt to reclaim control, but Miller was ready. They grappled, knocking over a sculpture, the sound of shattering art echoing through the halls like the breaking of the benefactor's delusions. The final showdown was a blend of physical and philosophical battle, a struggle not just against a criminal, but against a perversion of artistic expression. The police arrived in force, and the benefactor was subdued and arrested. As the handcuffs clicked around the benefactor's wrists, Miller looked back at the trail of sorrow and beauty left in the wake of this case. The city would recover, the fear would dissipate, but the scars would remain, hidden beneath the surface like the ink of a butterfly tattoo. In the quiet aftermath, as the benefactor was led away, Miller felt the weight of the case lift, yet a profound sadness took its place. Justice had been served, but at what cost? As he exited the mansion, the first light of dawn painted the sky, a reminder that in the darkest times there can still be light. And so the city awoke, and life went on, each soul a delicate wingbeat in the heart of the metropolis.